Hello, I'm Natalie Kunsman, MD, and today I'm talking about what the Russian astronauts, NASA, German Olympians have known since the 1940s, and also the equine therapists and horse racing experts already know. Well, it's a wellness strategy, and what is it? Well, our cells need voltage to be able to optimally work. And we are walking around with trillions of little batteries inside of our cells that simply need to remain charged or we would die. So today we are talking about EMF, electromagnetic frequencies, and some of the technology regarding this is pulsed. So we are today talking about pulsed EMF. So it happens that a big portion of our electrical field and our human biofield resonates at somewhere between 1 and 30 hertz, which is a very low frequency that is somewhat in concert with the Schumann resonance above us in the atmosphere and the geo-resonance of the Earth itself. Now, we have found that the optimal resonance happens in healthy tissues, but the pulsating nature of it goes down with chronic illness and is at its lowest state in cancers. So we are missing some of the natural earth vibration or EMF because we are indoors a lot. We have rubber soles to insulate, and even sometimes thinking about driving a lot in our cars, we have rubber tires that will insulate us from that natural earth EMF. So the body needs this particular EMF for survival, as important as we need food, water, and oxygen. So energy medicine and technologies to harness the pulse form of these waves are available in many facets of FDA approved devices. In fact, so much research now is postulating that our medicines will not work unless we have an intact EMF organism, and are actually these meds or chemistry are working to improve the cell potential or the inner clockwork of certain cells to do certain tasks with the EMF. And we can also use infrared and much higher vibrational technologies, such as some that are in the color spectrum, that can go deeper into our tissue. And typically, the faster the waves, the deeper they penetrate. And this is how a lot of some of the color and laser-based technology is used and can help our tissues in very deep layers of our skin, but that's not exactly the topic of today. So electricity and magnetism and many of these machines, such as a Rife machine, a TENS machine, pulsed EMF, and lasers, many physical therapists are already using that in their treatment modalities. So this implies that we have a human biofield, and it is the whole body meridian tuning, which is similar to some of the concepts in acupuncture. So EMF or pulsed EMF improves the flow of life force, which is a crude sense our electromagnetic potential. So a whole mat would be used to target a whole body EMF. And that helps to heal and regenerate our tissues. Now, there may be smaller portions of the body with smaller areas that may need to be targeted, and that can be used with, let's say, a higher fluence or a higher intensity to target things such as sore muscles, tissues after workouts, injury, or simply tissue inflammation. Now, mitochondria are the powerhouses and those exact battery packs that I have been talking about within our cellular makeup. So we make ATP there at the mitochondria, and that pulsed EMF will help the cell wall potential to get into the mitochondria so that it can actually get into the mitochondria itself to generate that electrical potential. Now, the EMF also improves circulation down at the microscopic capillary level by increasing nitrous oxide, which is a vasodilator. Plus, red cells are more pliable and less sticky when we use pulsed EMF. Now, the name of the game in our bodies is circulation to deliver oxygen, and that does a tremendous job of enhancing our physiology when we have EMF to be able to do that. And this can actually be measured quite easily with some usual testing and simple EMF detecting devices. Now, pulsed EMF can also help our liver and help our lymph detoxify. Pulsed EMF also improves the immune system at the skin, gut, blood, and lymph, again, by improving the circulation, but it also can improve the pH. It can enhance the electrical potential, creating an optimal environment for that immune system to operate. And the EMF can stimulate all of the immune cells. So EMF also, it probably has its greatest claim to fame and the greatest amount of consumers buying some of these mats and using some of these mats for home use are using it for pain relief. And I will use mine, for instance, for prevention prior to, but then I will also use it after a hard workout to prevent muscle tightness. So healing and regeneration can also happen with these pulsed EMF devices by inducing our own natural stem cells. And this is used very much after horse racing and horse injuries. And to that note, it is great for wound care. Now, probably one of the second reasons why people will be buying some of these mats for home use are to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, because it will induce the parasympathetic response. And if you recall in the very beginning of this lecture, the pulsed EMF devices are in a very narrow frequency range, such as 1 to 30 Hertz. And most of those are within our brain wavelengths, which we'll talk about the alpha, beta, and theta states, and of course the delta waves for sleeping. And these mats promote those particular waveforms. So it would only go to prove naturally that anxiety and depression and sleep and stress are enhanced by these devices. And with many of the mats, they are programmable for normal circadian rhythms to vibrate certain waves when we wake up and others when we sleep. So delta when we sleep and alpha and beta when we wake. So these devices help with insomnia, especially by using some of the lower frequencies built into some of, let's say, the copper coil systems at nighttime. Let us not forget, the pulsed EMF technology is also fantastic for our cardiovascular system, and that includes everything from the heart to that vasculature. So, do I use it? Do I recommend it? You betcha. I have a copper coil, which is 0 to 30 Hertz, and it's programmed for different circadian rhythms throughout the day. I use it for a particular overall tuning, and again, when I have a harsh workout, when I have neck-generated headaches, and I use it wholeheartedly to enhance my sleep. So I practice what I preach. And let me just say, as a side issue, that there are many practitioners in the Colorado Springs areas that have various forms of energy systems with FDA-approved devices that are getting tremendous results diagnostically as well as in the treatment arm. And I believe wholeheartedly that these energy systems are now going to become part of the prescriptive process to heal the body in the future. So it can enhance thy body to heal itself, and it can actually help in any of the chemistry and the medicines needed to get down into the cellular level to get the job done. Again, I'm Natalie Kunsman, MD. Subscribe to my channel below. And until we meet again, be well.